Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this episode, we're going to talk about a report from Adam Revoj. He comes up with certain stats as to, I already updated you guys about this news that is coming out that Arsenal are looking for a holding midfielder, someone who's defensively astute, and also they're also putting stress on a striker as well in the upcoming transfer window. So, Adam has actually come up with a very big report, and I'm just going to, piece by piece, I'm going to bring in at least three midfielders, every three midfielders that, in comparison with Thomas Partey, how have they done last season, and that is going to be the comparison which we are going to use. Thomas Partey is the biggest comparison that we are going to pick when we compare the new players linked by Adam. So we're going to talk about who is a better midfielder for Arsenal in the transfer market or in different clubs. And also we're going to talk about Gabriel Martinelli's future. Does he have a future? And Norwich City player Max Allens has opened up about what he thinks, what actually transpired when Arsenal played Norwich City, and Arsenal not going to give up on Lautaro and of course Hossein Aouar. So the first thing is that let's talk about Adam's stats. So the one of the players that he's actually recommended Arsenal or he's looked after about Arsenal is Lucas Paqueta. He tweets out that Paqueta, the former Milan prodigy, is probably better in a role where he's an attacker first with defensive skills rather than as a defensive first centre mid. For those reasons, he came in lower on his list actually, and he still has included him. So if you actually compare Lucas Paqueta, the red stats are of Thomas Partey, blue is of Lucas Paqueta, NPXG plus XA. That's considerably high when you compare that for Thomas Partey. Shot creating actions, again, those are something that Aaron Ramsey could do. Successful pressures per 90 and dribble past per 90. Those are the things where Lucas Paqueta is better off compared to Thomas Partey. But every other defensive stat is where Thomas Partey has literally bulldozed Lucas Paqueta's stats. So if Arsenal were looking into bringing in Lucas Paqueta, well, that's what he brings in: more attacking prowess, more shot creating actions than those defensive duties. More importantly, let's talk about my favorite, Maxence Skakere. Of course, I think some of you really love this Leon Wonder Kid. So Adam tweets out that Maxence Skakere is part of his buy Leon's midfield plan. He was a little lower on this list due to subpar performance against dribblers and a lower pressure success rate. But he's a lot of fun and definitely feels like one with a bright future, says Adam. So let's talk about, of course, again, red is Thomas Partey, blue is Maxence Skakere. Of course, the dispossessions and everything, that's not the problem. But the good things, let's talk about the positives. Maxence Skakere has more shot creating actions that he's produced compared to Thomas Partey. Tackles plus interceptions per 90, more than Partey. Successful pressures per 90, more than Partey. Aerial duel wins in the midfield, Maxence Skakere does that. Dribbles completed per 90, more than Thomas Partey. So, those are the stats. The ground duel one, not that good compared to Partey. So Partey wins, of course, wins here. Only 5 stats that you could see that Maxence Skakere winning. He's a young wonder kid. Would be really promising in the future if you believe in him. He's already had his Champions League experience as well. So I think he's someone who needs to avoid getting cards. That's the only problem with him. But apart from that, I think he's a very, very clever midfielder. I'm pretty much sure he is. Moving on, so of course, if you talk about midfielders and you don't talk about Bruno Guimaraes, you must be a joke. So Adam says, part of me hoped I would be more original, but Bruno Guimaraes' name is out there for a reason. He's number one with a bullet based on last season. Where can he improve? Getting beaten less on the dribbles, but he pressures the ball often and well and can create. So this is what Arsenal need to get Bruno Guimaraes. Why? This stat. Just check it out. So you can see he is the only midfielder that amongst the 3 that I'm actually naming in this video, that is toe to toe with Thomas Partey in the stats. So if you compare Thomas Partey with Bruno Guimaraes, you can see the progressive carrying distance. That's a very good stat. NPXG plus XA, more than Partey. Dispossessions per 90, that's actually not good, but okay. Pass success rate, he's a good passer, phenomenal passer. Passes into the final third is exactly equal to Thomas Partey. Shot creating action. So he's creating. Okay, his creativity is better than Partey. Plus his successful passing. Passing is also successful. Shot creating actions is there. Accurate long balls, no, that not that good. Dribblers tackled. Partey has better stats, but here we go. Let's talk about his defensive stats. Dribbled pass per 90. Bruno Guimaraes is really good in that as well. Tackles plus interceptions per 90, more than Partey. Successful pressures per 90, more than Partey. Aerial duels won, more than Partey. Ground duels won, more than Partey. He's actually a very good upgrade, or he's actually a very good partner, or someone who can actually, replace or rather compete with Thomas Partey for that role. That is a crazy stat. So I think Bruno Guimaraes out of Kakare, Guimaraes and Paqueta. If Arsenal want to target someone who's a centre mid for their defensive and offensive prowess, I think Bruno Guimaraes gives a lot. And according to Chris Wheatley, Charlie Patino is likely to be involved against AFC Wimbledon. He's really impressing the Arsenal first team players. So if you get to see him on the bench, don't be surprised. I shouldn't be at all. Well, according to Ben Napton, Arsenal and Tottenham failed with summer bids for Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez. So, Inter Milan were in a financial turmoil, but Martinez was heavily linked to the North London clubs for a big reason. But Inter instead went a step ahead and sold off Lukaku to Chelsea, allowing them to retain the services of Martinez for time being. Plus, they got Dzeko from Roma as well. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Tottenham and Atletico Madrid both saw 76.9 million offers for Lautaro, rebuffed by Inter, while a lower offer tabled by Arsenal was also swiftly rejected. Now he's still not agreed to a new contract with Inter Milan. It expires in the summer of 2023, but he's expected to commit his future to the club before the end of the season. Let's see if that's going to be true or not, because 17 goals, 10 assists. He's a player, of course, everyone would be wanting in their team. Moving on, Gabriel Martinelli's latest snub has been explained amid talks of surprise next transfer move. Well, Gabriel Martinelli was on the bench, unused substitute against Norwich City. However, following the return of fitness of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Martinelli's 2-game streak in Premier League came to an end for the trip to Manchester City. So, a reason for Martinelli not getting any minutes against Man City can be put down to the fact that Arteta's options were somewhat limited following Granit Xhaka's first half red card. It meant the Spaniard was forced to make a change earlier than expected, with El Neni replacing Saka at halftime to stiffen up the midfield. So let's see how things will turn out. Let me know what you guys think about Gabriel Martinelli not getting his chances. Will he get his chances or not, or is he going to actually look at other options? But Max Aaron says Arsenal players and fans both were tense during the Norwich clash. Well, speaking to Rio Ferdinand's Vibe with 5 YouTube channel, he said, you could tell Arsenal were under a bit of pressure. You could feel in the game that the fans were a bit tense and the players were a bit tense. You could feel it in the stadium. As Norwich, Aaron said that as Norwich, we felt that we could have got something out of the game, and it was frustrating not to be honest. I think Arsenal deserved it in the end, but I'm disappointed still coming away from it. Well, moving on, let's talk about Houssem Aouar for the moment, because according to Joshua Mbu, Arsenal refused to give up on Houssem Aouar transfer and will target him next summer. Arsenal have not given up on the prospect of signing him. The 23-year-old will not leave Lyon this winter and will remain until next summer. According to Todo Fichajes, it's pretty much clear that Arsenal are not going to quit, and they are definitely going to try to get. Well, for now, this season, Aouar has 5 appearances, 5 starts, 203 successful passes, 2 assists, 343 touches, 27 total dribbles. So those are the stats that he boasts of, and let's see how things will turn out to be. Well, talking about more different aspects of the game. Yes, I think that is that. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Yeah, if you're seeking daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. And don't forget, which midfielder do you think is more suitable for Arsenal? Max and Skakare, I'm just giving you 3 options. Max and Skakare, which one would you like to see at Arsenal? Maxence Kakare, Lucas Paqueta, and of course Bruno Guimaraes, all three from Olympique Lyon. Which one would you want in your club? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.